Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're talking about the karmic debt number 13, and I'm really excited to bring you guys these little mini series of these videos talking about the karmic debt numbers, because they are really beneficial to know about and really beneficial to know if you have one, because they help you overcome certain challenges and help you understand why you are facing certain obstacles in your life, why certain aspects keep reoccurring in your life, and they really are beneficial for you to know about, and they help you overcome certain challenges in your life. So if you want to know about karmic debt numbers in particular, or how to find out if you have one, I have two videos that I will leave linked down below that you can go and check out. But yeah, so if you have the karmic debt number 13, the 13 has a very bad rep in certain cultures, but the 13 is not really a bad number. It's classed as an unlucky number for some, lucky for others, but the number 13 is not a negative number. It has two very high energy numbers within it, the number 1 and the number 3. The number 1 talks about the self, individuality, masculinity. The number 3 talks about communication and just expression in general. And they're just both very high energy numbers. And they're very much numbers that are to do with the ego a little bit. They're numbers very much focus on themselves. The number 3 it talks of communication. It is a very social number, the number 3, but it's a number that sort of loves the limelight. It loves to be the center of attention. People who are like life path number 3s, they love to be actors, they love to be center stage, they love to be performers, or public speakers. You know, they love to have the spotlight on them, basically. So it is a little bit of a self-involved energy about it. And so with this, with the combination of these two numbers, it's very likely that in a past life you struggled with a little bit of selfishness, and you're here to sort of make up for that in this lifetime. So it's very good for people with number 13 to be of service to a lot of people, to be very generous with their time and energy and their money. And yeah, it can also, because of these two high energy numbers, it can cause a little bit of a scatterbrain, scatter mentality, scatter energy. And this really means that people with the number 13 struggle to focus. They struggle to stay committed, they struggle to stay dedicated, they struggle really on staying on task. And it's very likely that somebody with a 13, you have certain goals or ambitions that you start and you continually give up, and you will blame things like limitations around you, you will blame your surroundings, you will blame other people, you can be a little bit stubborn in your ways, but really it's a big battle of the ego. You may feel that you have to work harder than certain people to achieve certain things in your life, but it's all about persevering with the number 13. It's all about seeing things through and overcoming certain obstacles and keeping going with your goals and keeping going with your certain goals and ambitions, despite their slow movement. Like I said, it's very easy for a 13 to want to give up. 13s can struggle with some insecurities and care a lot about what other people think and take other people's thoughts into consideration and allow other people's opinions and judgments to sway them. And you know, like if you've got a goal and somebody says to you, oh, it's not really a smart thing, that's not really attainable, that's not really realistic, and you know, it really knocks you down and stops you from wanting to go for things in life. And again, you have certain things that you want to go for that you are likely to just keep giving up on, but you must persevere and push through and stay on task and stay dedicated. It's very easy for a 13 to become lazy and procrastinate as well. Again, it's that fear of failure, it's that fear of not seeing something through, because subconsciously you know that that's your limitation, and so can become very, very lazy and put your goals off, or it can be vice versa, and you can actually become workaholics and overwork. But you can sometimes maybe overwork in the wrong things and not overwork in your normal job and then lack in other ways, lack in your social aspect, lack in your relationships, lack in actually going for a job that you want because you're overworking in a job that you currently have, in some aspect like that. 13s will constantly go through a lot of ego deaths. Like I said, you've got that ego, that selfishness with the 1 and the 3. You will constantly go through transformations and transitions in your life. This means that you will oftentimes face a lot of situations that humble you. You will face a lot of setbacks and challenges. You will constantly be renewing yourself. You will constantly be bettering your life in some way, and you will be constantly letting go of and releasing relationships, friendships, work situations, houses, again, however that relates to you. You will constantly be transforming your life and releasing certain aspects of your life in order to be renewed, in order to grow and transform. So if you find yourself constantly going from friendship group to friendship group and maybe not understanding why you had to leave that group or leave that relationship or leave that work, just understand it's part of your cycle, it's part of your renewal. The number 13 is also about the number 4, the 1 and the 3 making the 4, and the 4 talks of foundations. Again, the 4 also talks of work, staying committed, staying dedicated, staying loyal to your tasks and your ambitions. But the number 4 talks about foundations. And again, you will have constant renewal of your foundations, of what you thought was solid. Again, groups and relationships that you thought would last you forever, work situations that you thought would last you forever, are constantly changing and constantly transforming. So do not be afraid of this when this happens. Just allow things to leave that are being asked to leave from your life, even if you don't necessarily know why. It is just part of your cycle. So in order to work through your number 13 karmic debt, you must just stay on task with whatever it is you set your mind to. Do not let fears and doubts and insecurities overwhelm you. Do not let other people's opinions sway you and let them knock you off course. If you feel like you are having to work harder than other people to achieve the same things, if you feel like you're just moving very slowly towards your goals, that's just to do with the karmic debt. It's not that you are not going to be able to reach your goal. If you imagined, say you have 2 people, one person's quite athletic and a bit fitter than the other one, and one's just maybe not as so, and they both have to do a run to reach a red flag at the end. Of course, that one who is fitter and genetically a bit more inclined to they'll get there faster, sure, but that doesn't mean that other person isn't going to get there. It might take them longer, they might struggle with it a bit more, but they will still get there in the end. That was a very strange analogy, metaphor, example, but you see what I'm trying to say. You may face certain setbacks again, you may get there a bit slower, but you will get there, you will get to your goals. You just got to be persistent, okay? And don't let procrastination and laziness as well take over. And depending on where the number 13 is placed in your numerology chart, then it depends how it will affect you. I spoke on this a little bit in my karmic debt numbers video that again will be linked below. But let's say if it's your life path number, it'll come up in cycles, certain things that you start and give up and then start again. And then if it's your maturity number, it might impact you from your late teens, early 20s, and then from the ages of 45 onwards. Go and check out that other video that I've left down below. That'll give you a little bit of an understanding, sorry if you hear my dog barking, of how it will affect you depending on where it's placed. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say on that topic, on the number 13. Again, knowing all these details really helps you work through it. So stay tuned for the other karmic debt number videos if you have another karmic debt number to watch or have a number in your chart. And yeah, that's all for this video. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.